Hello and welcome. It's Japan, and I haven't done one of these prediction videos in a little bit. It just life happened, I hadn't got a chance to do it, but it's WrestleMania, so I have to come here and do it. I mean, that is the guaranteed that I gotta put my hat in the ring on what is gonna happen. I'm gonna do a night one and a night two. I just think that's probably gonna be easiest to do because yeah, it's a lot. A lot is going on with it. So let's just start with night one. I'm pretty sure this is in maybe some sort of order. I'm not sure. I've heard like 50 million things, so we're gonna try our best to see if we can guess all these right. First off, we have, which would be like the LWO versus Santos and Dominic Mysterio, but it'll be Ray and Dragon Lee on the other side. This is actually like one of those matches they added at the last minute. I think it's going to be a pretty decent match, but I really think Santos and Dominic are going to win, because with Dominic winning, it would fracture Judgment Day a little bit further because he'll be able to win with somebody else. And with Santos, like, he's been trying to, they're trying to get over their whole group, and I think that win will really push them there. Plus, Dominic lost the last one to Ray, so it will give them a rubber match for maybe next year to see who wins the best out of three. Ray doesn't really need the win. Dragon Lee's been pretty hot, but I think just being in a WrestleMania match, and it's from NXT to SmackDown to WrestleMania in a course of a couple months is still pretty solid. So I think that will be what will happen. I think they win. Next up is Bianca, Naomi, and Jade versus Damage Control. And I am a big Asuka fan. She's my favorite wrestler out of everybody on the roster. And I'm going to say they're probably going to lose this match. It doesn't honestly make any sense for them to lose it, because you got the tag team champions. You got Dakota Kai, who's also a tag team champion. They are a whole entire faction. And out of nowhere, we're going to have these three win it. I just don't see the way that Bianca's had her year that they would just let her lose here. Naomi coming back again would be big, and Jade making her debut. Basically, only one match. Did she even have an official match? Not really. No, she just kind of came down there and did the save. So she hasn't even done an official match. This will be her first official match, because she was at Royal Rumble. So first match being WrestleMania, that is amazing. So I don't see them losing this, even though I really want Damage Control. I really want Asuka to finally win at WrestleMania. I do not see them winning here. They would have to be some type of shenanigans, and most of everybody's in there. So you have Kyrie, you have Asuka, and you have Dakota Kai, and Io's not going to be able to do much because she's got other stuff to focus on. So unless that's what happens, I don't see them winning, unfortunately. I hate to say it. And then we got the 6-pack ladder match for the undisputed tag team championships. Now, I think most of us thought maybe, R-Truth's going to grab one belt, and that's going to be it. And then somebody else will grab the other one. I think that's the running theory, that it's so obvious now that it might not happen. But they did say something about them being, the match ends when both belts are retrieved. So I'm assuming they're going to be not hanging completely together. So I think it's definitely going to split. If we go with a pure Raw and SmackDown fan, I really think it will be A-Town Down would probably win it for SmackDown, and then maybe Damian Priest and Finn Balor win it for Judgment Day. But I feel like Judgment Day has a huge thing of possibly going out without a championship during this whole thing. Kind of give them a rebirth of having to do other stuff, but that's more or less might not happen. I'm gonna go with, this is kind of just a shot in the dark. I really feel Awesome Truth has it for the Raw side of things, and then I'm gonna go with DIY, even though they're not on that show. I don't honestly know on this one. That would be my bet of the two teams I think that should get it, but I wouldn't be surprised if A-Town Down takes it, because it would be they could bring it to SmackDown. I know we have Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, and they've gotten a lot of heat, but they were just in Elimination Chamber and didn't beat the Judgment Day, so having them win kind of seems out of place. And Judgment Day could retain. They're really not needing the championships. It's just kind of to get them on the card. I feel like they have a bigger year planned with their split, that they don't need the tag team titles to have like a compelling story. Next up, we got Jay and Jimmy, which it would have been really cool if Jay had the Intercontinental title, but I think when it came to like what I just said with like the story of what Judgment Day is going to have, they're gonna not need those titles to have good stuff, and I think that's kind of with this one. This is a rough match. Like, I feel like Jay has so much heat that they should let him win this one. But it's just like, it's Jimmy, and Jimmy has, Solo and stuff. Because Solo's not in any other match that night, or he's in no matches in general, so I could see him popping up. I'm going to go with Jay. I want my boy Jay to win. I'm not convinced that he's going to, though. Next up, we got the Intercontinental title. It's Gunther versus Sami Zayn. I feel like Gunther's gotten to a point where he's going to have to be beaten by, like, just somebody so over or so high up there that, like, they're going below their weight class of, like, oh, they should be in the heavyweight title picture instead of going for the Intercontinental title. I feel with Bash of Berlin this year that Gunther could retain all the way till then. I feel like if he loses, against Sammy, but I don't feel like like everybody wants Sammy. Like, I feel like he kind of lost some of his momentum. I think everybody's wanting Chad Gable. I could see Gunther retaining and then possibly maybe a heel turn for Chad on Sammy. That wouldn't make a lot of sense, but I do like the motives of it. I'm going to go with Gunther retaining. I really think that's what's going to happen. Don't necessarily agree with it. I feel like they should pass it on, but if they don't really have Gunther going for that heavyweight title anytime soon, it might be the best thing to keep him with that, because they could still have some compelling and good matches with him. And just throw him to SmackDown or something. Have the draft, throw him to a different brand so you can get some new rivalries, new challengers. I think he'd be good to go for whenever they want to drop it. Because I have a feeling it might be Bash Berlin against Ilya Dragunov, and he might drop the title then, which would be pretty cool if like Ilya got called up and got the title right away. You never know. That's for future videos and future, stuff. Next up, we got the Women's World Heavyweight title with Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. I've flip-flopped on this a lot this year because I really feel like with the whole Judgment Day thing, I think they could go two ways with it with their breakup, with having Rhea keep a title so she would feel like she should be in charge, or have Rhea lose it and have all Judgment Day lose it so they all are just panicked and all that. I do like Rhea a lot. She's probably in the top 3 women's wrestlers. I mean, so is Becky. So, like, basically Asuka, Rhea, Becky is my top 3 right now. I guess that would be the easiest way of saying it. But I think Rhea loses here. I think Becky beats her. That just kind of give that rebound and stuff. It's just there's not really anybody else for Rhea to have rivalries with. It's just kind of rinse and repeat with everybody out on Raw, and she's already faced some of the people even on SmackDown. So it's like I don't know where they go next with it, unless she's going to be for a very, very long time. I think she drops it there, and then she probably gets it back by SummerSlam. I kind of feel like it's like a smaller title reign for Becky, but it will still be a good title reign. Next up, we get the main event, which is Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth. This is a strange one because there's so much story to everything that's going on that, like, honestly, it doesn't matter who wins here. Let's just be honest. This match is just for the matches, because if Rock and Roman wins, they get the tribal rules for the next match. Cool. It doesn't matter, so all of them are going to come down there anyways. It's going to have to be that way. And then the whole thing with people thinking that The Rock's going to turn on Roman, I don't like that angle, because and then it just kind of shortens like, oh, well, Cody needed help. Like, just let Cody outright win this. Like, he needs to finish the story just for everybody involved. Like, I like Roman. I like Roman a lot. But if he's not committed to being here, like if he goes in there and tells Triple H, hey, I will be here at every pay-per-view, even every other pay-per-view, I'd be like, okay, I'm on board if that's what the case is, or they want him to keep him the title, to break the record. I'd be fine with that. But if he's going to be like, yeah, I'm going to be at like 2 of these, and I'm just going to kind of go in there and pretty much look like I'm gonna get beaten every single time, but have everybody else and come back and save me. It just doesn't look fun or doesn't have like a fun story to it anymore. So I'm assuming Rock and Roman win this with some shenanigans with Solo. So that's what I'm thinking is they're gonna win this and kind of put a damper on putting the stack deck against Cody, because if you stack the deck the way they've done it so poorly in Cody's favor, if he wins, it looks amazing. If he loses, it makes sense. So, it's just one of those things. So, yeah. So that's my predictions. See how well I do this Saturday. I will do the night 2. I should have them back to back. I'm probably going to put them up on the same day because, I'm running out of time, and it's probably better to just put them back to back. So, yeah, check it out. It should be on the next video on this vein. I'll probably have them an hour apart on uploads. But, yeah, till next time. Bye, guys.